Welcome back to our Let's Play of Orbiter. We left off having just dropped off our cargoes in the Atlantic Ocean and returning to low Earth orbit. We have quite a bit of fuel left, hopefully enough to get us to the moon and allow us to land. So let us start planning that. If I can hit Trans-X. Trans-X, come on, there we go. It will be slightly different this time. Where's my informations? There we go. Planets, moons. We want the moon. Let's go forward on this again. And we just get the white circle of the moon because the moon has no children. So the only important thing in this frame is the moon itself, whereas the important thing in this frame is the Earth in the center and the moon on the outside. The moon is currently over there, and I have no idea where we are because we're just way too small. But that won't stop us from maneuvering. And, as before, we need to prograde our way out of this mess. You notice it takes a little bit more delta V to get to the moon than it does to get from the Earth, or from the moon to the Earth. That's because Earth is bigger, obviously, and has deeper gravity well. Here you see, this is us. And here's the moon. This is where the moon is going to be at our closest approach. And you may notice our closest approach is pretty distant. So we should fix that. And the only way to fix that really is by adjusting the date. And I think Ultra will be good. So we need to kind of line it up, maybe go a little bit past, switch back to prograde. And then here we go. All of a sudden we have information here. And information here is super, super helpful. We look here, we still have the radius of the moon, the periapsis of the moon, and the date of periapsis. There's no apoapsis because there's no... it's a hyperbolic orbit. And over here, the closest approach we get to the moon is roughly 43.51 million meters. It's not very far, or it's not very close. So if we make this distance as small as possible, we should get what we want. So I'm going to adjust this more. (2018). Okay, it's slowing down, and it looks like my path isn't even getting close enough to the moon anyway. Oh, we're getting farther away now. So, again, it's just trial and error. Let's see what we can do with outward course velocity. I'm going to try super. Oh, super's too much. I'm going to try fine. Oh. I'm going to try medium. Outward course velocity is dangerous, especially in the negatives, because then that means we're going to be pointing towards the Earth, and we might not survive the burn. I've done that before. Let's try change planes, because our inclination's a bit off. I don't think it'll take very much. But obviously it takes more than fine. Oh, wrong way. And that doesn't help. So it just means we'll enter the moon in a polar orbit, which I'm fine with. 13 million meters is pretty off. You might notice that our path seems to go through the moon, and that's just because this is a two-dimensional display of a three-dimensional orbit, and it just happens to be that this line means our path either goes above the moon or below the moon in this case. I'm going to guess it's above. I have no idea. So it looks like it's down to prograde and date to see if we can't get this closer. I don't want reset. guess I could try this again. Wow, we really are dead center there. Okay. We're dead center there too. Dang. Okay. That's good enough. We can retrograde when we get to the moon. So let's do view. And we're going to burn in 1,000 seconds. So let's time compress our way out of here.
Rotation.
Well, I have forgotten how to fly, apparently. And our craft is a lot more responsive now that it has dropped 120 tons of cargo. Turn back around. That's good enough.
Rotation.
And again, you can hit Control for finer motions if you really want that X dead center, but again, it's nearly impossible. So we begin the burn, and now we just have to wait for our delta V to go down. I didn't mention that last time, so you watch this delta V, and you know, if you have the X centered, you should be putting most, if not all of your energy into negating the needed delta V. It's nighttime, so you probably can't see what I'm seeing, so I'll stick in here for now. Anything else? Well, I don't know. You can see our orbital speed going up. I'm gonna try not to overshoot this one this time. I know, I'll talk about relativity right now. No, I won't.
Translation.
And I'm using the translation RCS to get down beneath 10 centimeters a second. And you can see it's changing the delta V, and that's because the Earth is slowing us down, I think. Something to that effect. I don't know. It should be good now, though. So we can go back to view, and you see our orbit is pretty similar. I'm not sure how... It looks like it's pretty far off there, actually.
Rotate translation.
But, you know what? Let's find out how well we did. I'm going to time compress a little bit until we get a ways from the planet and start the next video. Ah, there's Earth. The beautiful blue pearl, not white pearl. Maybe if there's a lot of hurricanes. Your weather for tomorrow is Steve. Good luck. Points to whoever gets that. Anyway, ending the video here and continuing in the next one. See you then.